Okay.
So we're still at the Coutts demonstration, and guess who showed up this morning? Mr. MLA Drew Barnes.
Nadine, nice to see you. Nice to be here. It's nice to see all these Albertans here that are caring about our freedom, caring about our children, and are willing to put their courage on the line to do their duty. This has been a great morning.
Fantastic. So, Drew, what consequences are you going to pay in legislature when you go back for having attended this?
Oh, I'm not at all concerned about the consequences in the legislature. What is really important, though, is showing these people support for the way we want our society to work. Who's going to be responsible for ourselves in the future? And absolutely, it should be our families, ourselves, and local responsibility. And then from there, the fact that these truckers, these farmers, these horseback riders are standing up for families, are standing up for businesses, are standing up for communities all throughout Alberta. So I'm just here to show the support for a demonstration that's actually been very, very successful, hasn't it?
It has, very much so. It's gotten the attention not only of Canadians, but people around the world. You know, that Canadian flag that we see fly so proudly right now has been a symbol of hope and an inspiration for freedom for countries all over the world.
Absolutely has been. Yeah, this has become international in scope, and shows, people with the same fears of the future, but it's also for the same hope. We want to be in control of our future. We want to take care of our friends and our families and each other. And as these mandates have continued into the 23rd month and on, as the vaccine mandates have ripped apart families and communities and caused people job losses and never mind the mental health issues and all goes on and on. This is so good to see, and what a great atmosphere, and what a great opportunity to be out here to support.
There's been some people jokingly around saying that this is Jason Kenney's new provincial campground. But I want to ask a couple of tough questions, because you've been one of, I would say, a very few number of MLAs that have had the courage to speak up. To the rest of legislature and to the rest of the MLAs, what's the message here?
Well, the message is, first of all, it's so rewarding, it's so gratifying when you do speak up. I can't go to a restaurant now without somebody coming up and shaking my hand and thanking me for speaking up on their behalf, for being consistent in what I stand for and what I believe in. And of course, that's what my constituents of Cypress Medicine had believe in. And it's time for 62 MLAs in the UCP to speak up and do the same thing. We're in a situation where we've just seen, of course, Aaron O'Toole, who did these two or more big flip-flops. His MPs held him accountable. And we need the UCP MLAs to do the same thing with Jason Kenney. Hold him accountable for not meeting expectations, for not being clear and succinct in his message to how we protect each other. And, at the end of the day, our system was based on me being one of the 87 people in Alberta to stand up and speak for my constituents, and they should do the same.
So another tough question, because, on Wednesday evening here, when the numbers were smallest, the RCMP brought in a group from the north and a group from the south, and we have video, everybody linking arms here,
that was
in solidarity.
amazing.
That brought tears to grown men, and I think it even made the RCMP very uncomfortable. But these are tactics that Jason Kenney, obviously the orders are coming from the top, and
yeah, I mean, right at the start, just as this was starting, didn't he declare something like it was against the Alberta Transportation Act? Sounds like a signal to me. But again, I mean, let's get out here and let's listen to Albertans. Let's listen to Alberta families. 23 months, they're saying enough is enough. The vaccine passport mandates have ripped apart families and communities. And of course, as we've seen, as this hits endemic stages, that vaccinated or not, you still can spread Omicron. And no, it's time to move on. It's time to, and again, what these people are doing, fighting for who's going to be in control of our future. And it's us, it's our families, it's the opportunity for that. It's not big government. And I'm so grateful that thousands of people are doing it.
So one more. Jason Kenney came out with this announcement. I know I put you on the spot. Now I got you here. You can't run away. Jason Kenney came out and he made an announcement, and he talked about ending the REP on Wednesday evening at midnight. And then there was a big but. And what followed that but was what really disturbed me, because really what he said is until he's prepared or needs or wants to do this again. We need to repeal the laws, the acts. We need to restructure government so this can never happen again. That's what people want here. They don't want this to just go away temporarily. They want this to end and to know that it can never happen again. So as an MLA, as somebody in legislature, people are wondering, how do we do that?
Yeah, great question, and thank you for that. One of my motions 6 months ago to Bill 66, one of my amendments, was to make it so the Chief Medical Officer of Health had to come in front of the legislature once every 90 days, had to answer in writing any questions from an MLA in a reasonable time period. It looked like that day in the legislature, it looked like I was going to gain some support from the UCPA MLAs until Jason Kenney came out of his office and sat there. Debate was adjourned, and then 2 or 3 days later it came back up and was voted against. So that's how hard it is in the legislature. Our system, we have let big government become too big and too controlling. So let's do the things in our culture that it takes to make sure that MLAs and MPs and councillors understand that we want to be in charge of our future and our lives. So my plans are, as the truckers and the farmers and the people return to Medicine Hat and Cypress County, to support them in making sure that they're thanked and that we keep this momentum going. Keep this momentum going for smaller government. Nadine, economic freedom. Taxes in this province, taxes in this country are crazy. They've driven away so much initiative and so much opportunity. And that's the other thing, family and individual opportunity. Let's get back to not only economic freedom for our communities, but let's get back to family and individual opportunity so we can be productive, we can create wealth, we can share that wealth. Let's all respect the rule of law, but let's make Alberta the freest and most prosperous place there is.
MLA Drew Barnes, thank you so much for taking the time to come and be here with the people. I think you need to go shake some hands, let people know that you're here, and I'm sure you will be welcomed with warm smiles and laughs and an embrace. So if you don't like hugs, this is not the place to be.
Well, thank you, but so far it's absolutely not about me. It's about these horseback riders, it's about these truckers and these farmers. I'm just walking along, taking in a big, beautiful Alberta blue sky, saying hello to people. It's been a good morning, and it's going to be a good day.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Nadine. Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, girl.